All right, so 2 days ago I watched Fantastic Four: First Steps. I have enjoyed it. It's one of the best movies I've seen all year, except for Superman. I like Superman, but I felt like Fantastic Four is a step, no pun intended, but it's a step better than Superman. But I like Superman more, yeah, if that makes sense. But yeah, overall, Fantastic Four was a great movie. It was so fun. I have no other description for it. Uh, by the way, there's gonna be some spoilers, just a little bit of spoilers, and don't mind Carl Sagan over here playing. I just didn't want to make a video review with my face pretty much all over the screen. At least this way we can watch Carl together. Yeah. So yeah, Fantastic Four: First Steps. I really like the action. The action itself, there's not a lot of action. But when the action kicked in, it was lengthy and it was so cool. I enjoyed that big chase scene between the F4 and Silver Surfer. That was so intense, really cool, nicely done. And the entire action sequence with Galactus was a lot better than I expected. Now I've seen the Galactus fight in the old Fantastic Four cartoon, and that's what I was imagining things would go. But it came out so much nicer here in this movie. Um, there's some complaints. I've read some complaints about the plot, about Franklin. I think that's fine. There was no issue for me. I enjoyed the plot because come on, as parents, you've heard the phrase, right? That where parents would tell their kids, "I will never sacrifice the world for you." Then that's the entire plot, quite literally. If you're, I guess every parent can understand what they're going through, that big sacrifice. But I guess you could also argue what would be the logical step. I guess there's a debate in here, but I don't know. It's not an easy answer. For me, it's just like the moment you sacrifice someone, it's like you're giving up your humanity. You know what I mean? Something like that. But let's not go into deep. The movie was fun. It was funny. The action was good. Also, it's nice to think about how this is basically Marvel's return to form. Uh, it didn't have this overly convoluted plot like they had with Captain America, the last Captain America movie. Fantastic Four, basic plot: alien will eat planet. Fantastic Four stops big alien from eating planet. That's it. Thunderbolts had the plot of boss tried to kill us. We kill boss. That's it. So I think that's where Marvel has always shined, even in the pre-Endgame stories. Like in Iron Man. Billionaire, philanthropist, playboy, whatever, gets captured, builds machine, rather builds armor, escapes, improves machine, be awesome. Captain America, World War II hero, that's it. Fighting bad guys, that's it. And Thor, war freak son, disowned by dad. Now he's coming to terms. You know what I mean. It's not overly convoluted like what they did with Brave New World, where there's super soldiers, there's an organization, and then there's other plus, and then there's a mastermind behind all of these things. And yeah, that's how I think that Marvel is slowly coming back. And I hope moving forward they keep on just making simpler plots. No need to go. No need to go anywhere. No need to go here and there. Just make it simple, make it fun. That's it. Also, I have a big, a few big nitpicks. So in the Galactus fight, so they did the thing with Galactus. They used baby Franklin as bait, and then they switched him off. It's kind of silly, but okay, whatever. It works. Kind of works. But then Galactus figures it out, figures the trap. Or no, he didn't figure out the trap. He just noticed that the baby was moved, so he diverts his attention. It could have been much more easier when they just took the baby, run to the opposite side where Galactus was going, and then when Galactus steps into the trap, boom, gotcha, like a Pokemon. I don't know. also, also, another nitpick I had to say here is Johnny has spent so much time, so much energy into pushing Ben to say his catchphrase, but we never get to hear Johnny say his own catchphrase. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe I just forgot about it. But I never heard Johnny's catchphrase, "Flame on." I never heard it in the entire movie. So why? What's up with that? My only issue, okay, seriously, my only big issue left is they they're using Doom so soon. I feel like Doom either needs to have his own movie first, or he should have been introduced in like Fantastic Four 2. Build him up. But instead, we're gonna be seeing him in a more as a elaborate way as we did in next year. But I don't know. Maybe they know what they're doing. Maybe they don't. So far they haven't known what they're doing. So we'll see. So yeah. That's about it. That's just what I say. Thanks for joining me and watch Carl. And I think he's playing with Just Cook here. So yeah, that's it.